Tagung hier in Uniklinik Korden. Ashtari ist mein Name und ich freue mich sehr, Sie heute begrüßen und begleiten zu dürfen. Laut Plan haben wir heute Vormittag in diesem Raum zwei interessante Vorträge und dazwischen eine 15-minütige Pause. Nun starten wir mit
the Vortrag by Professor Dr. Dalia Shatkovsky. She's a theoretical physicist and researcher at Vilnius University with over 130 publications and several international awards. She leads and advises numerous EU-funded projects promoting gender equality in science and is a board member of the European Platform of Women in Science. Thank you for accepting an invitation, and we are glad to have you today here. So
before starting, I would like to thank you all, your organization, and Soleil. I firstly heard this name. For inviting me. I'm sorry that I did not know the language, but I will try to learn it. If I don't have time. Okay. And I will talk about not artificial intelligence, but I think that this problem is very important for it also, because it is problem of STEM sciences and not only STEM. I will talk on gender equality in physics and systemic problems in science. And I will start with you. I will start it. In today's rapid evolving world shaped by scientific breakouts and the increasing role of research in global economic competitiveness, the structure of science itself is undergoing profound transformation. It is gradually aligning with a business-oriented model, leading to the destabilization of traditional linear scientific careers. This shift has resulted in decreased motivation to pursue and remain in scientific professions. Taking into account that young generation of researchers are the future of scientific potential, it became a challenge for the science. The presentation aims to highlight systemic issues within the scientific ecosystem, and then I will go to the physics, show on it how it looks like, and after that I will talk about the now coming yet, but it is coming to the end, the COST project, Voices, which is devoted to this problem. And at the end, I show you some formulated recommendations for the European Commission. We are working now on the white book, and but it is only some, which may be in more general for European Commission policymakers. Well, what is the content? Why gender? The first is why gender equality in science matters. I think also this not lesson. The profound transformation. I will talk about this on science structure and the impact of changes on science as a case study, and women voices from the field, and after that, cross-section voices recommendations. Amit mentioned about transformation. The risk is that science becomes exclusive, not inclusive, competitive and short-sighted, rather than collaborative and inclusive. Gender equality ensures that the full spectrum of human talents is harnessed. This not only diminishes the richness of scientific inquiry, but also hampers the development of solutions to complex global challenges. Gender inequality in physics and STEM reflects these deeper structural flaws. Understanding gender disparities helps us see what's broken in science today and what must change for a more sustainable, inclusive future. Gender inequality becomes more than just a representation issue. It signals a deeper misalignment between science's values and its current structures. So it is essential to the future of science. What about the transformations? About the profound transformations of science structure. It started, I remember when, it is about in 20s, because, you know, European Commission decided that it is very nice to get more financing from the business. And, you know, there was a big forum of businessmen all around the world, and you know, and they suggested that they can give a lot of money, but they would like to see the results. But as you understand, that the fundamental science, which is on the background, it cannot do
show results.
Yes, yeah, at the time.
Not quickly,
tomorrow,
yeah.
yes, tomorrow.
Yes.
Maybe it takes, you know, it's not.
Engineering results is fundamental science.
Yeah. And the overview made by the International Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, it is such, you know, fundamental, big international association on the government levels, identified the following factors related to the changing context of academic research. It is very interesting. I find it, you know, and I was interested very much. The first is changes in the conduct of research. The second is changes in the supply and demand for doctorate holders. Then shifts in research careers and academic institutions, worsening of working conditions, cultural expectation and historical legacies. And let's delve deeper into systematic changes. We will start from the first. And that's changes in the conduct of research. Funding shifts for that. There has been a move from core funding for research institutions to the more competitive and project-based funding. This results in funding variability and increased pressure on researchers to demonstrate high performance through metrics like citations and the ability to secure research funds. And as you know, women have, it is statistical data, that women have less, in all technical science, less papers than men. As I remember, firstly it was 1, 2, it is normally not big group. For example, theoreticians can issue 2 or 1 paper per year. But now it is necessary 6, 7, and so on. No, not necessary, but it is 6, 7. It is the measure of excellence. And then you know the quality of those papers is not so high. Global competition. The rise of an international labor market for researchers mean that researchers are competing not just locally, but globally. While mobility is encouraged, in some contexts, nationalism and anti-migrant sentiments in certain countries can limit opportunities and hinders the flow of talent, and also rise for the nation. Also, the competition is higher. Non-standard employment. The growth of non-standard temporary employment. It means fixed, for example, fixed term contracts, part-time work without a clear pathway to permanent positions is defining characteristic of early career researchers' precarity. Researchers in these roles often face job insecurity, poor working conditions, and a lack of career progression.
I think in German university, 80% are on this level of non-permanent positions.
Yes, everywhere. But you know, I will tell you later maybe, but can do this also. We have such an association. I'm the president of Association for Baltic States, Women in STEM for Baltic States. And you know, it is formal. And you know, this association, we do not have the data. About the young researchers, it is no data. And everywhere it is no data, because you know, it is very hard to find them. If they are traveling through for postdoc, for example, they disappear. And you know, we made the conference, and during this conference we heard that the situation is then. And but it differs from the other countries, because we are young members of European Union and did not do as it is necessary to do. And they are traveling only in Lithuania. It is two places or three places. The physicists can work, for example. I know about physicists and biotechnologists and biophysicists. And you know, it is not yet such situation that this in Europe. There were changes in the supply and the demand for doctorate holders. Overproduction of doctorates. The massification of higher education and the expansion of doctoral education have led to an oversupply of doctorate holders. In many countries, the number of individuals seeking academic career surpasses the availability of permanent positions, contributing to competition and limited opportunities. It is not so many places, yes, and it is seen very much in social sciences. Because universities, good universities, they would like to get money also, and they are inviting in countries when they get some additional money, and they have a lot of filials. They stay in another small universities, and and if I heard that it is good university, filial in my country, I will go here, and the level is less, and those people have big problems. Some of them, of course. Longer career paths. The aging of the workforce and longer working lives mean that many older doctorate holders continue working beyond retirement age, making it harder for younger researchers to secure permanent positions, thus prolonging the precarity of early career researchers. There is also fund by gender studies that those who stay after the retirement years after the age of retirement, mainly are male scientists, yes. because it is not easy for women to stay more than until 65 or what it is the age, yes, limited age, yes, and they stay.
Yeah, I think this problem is also in university here because it is expensive when a new professor is coming.
Yeah.
It is expensive for the university. So they try to write out that to begin with the requirement, and also they are angry that maybe the university and the ministry decides that this professor is not will not be continued. So they also this professor was of this level, but this too expensive. Now we make another new professor, but maybe not at this level, and so the university asks more and more people to
Yes,
to
and they do not have the promotion, they do not have in this place no promotion because they do not have good position, from which you can go to the professorship. But it is also a very interesting thing that in our country it is not a problem.
Oh, it's not a problem in Vilnius.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, they have doctorates all around. Yes.
Yes, we have also doctorates, but the university is told you, okay, when you are W2 or W3 or W4 level, we have to pay. And maybe we are trying to work with an academic teacher or not completely prof. And so when somebody got retired, so the university thinks maybe over 3 or 4 years the ministry decide we have more money, and so the prof can
but the reason is also the same. It is a business model. In business model, the all is during management, and there is management. Management is in ministries. Management do not know what does it mean in science, And policy makers do not know what does it mean in science, at all. They was not, sometimes they are not scientists at all. They are management, people from management.
Yeah,
management. Yeah.
Yes, they
Yeah.
are only looking for ciphers, and they don't understand them. Maybe you need to have result over 6 or 7 years before you make a paper, because you need data and you have to cook. Okay, not every year you have the same climate, so you have to, when you make science, it's not random. This year is
I will finish. Yes, but
totally.
if you are looking to the nature, you should you would like to know how it happens. It is not means that today you will know. It means that you should think how to do this and so on, and then you do, then it is not successful, then you do
You don't get the quick output, and then you don't get the money from the economy.
And so with atoms, and you told the atoms, please do this.
Everything is on the surface. Yes, quickly, but it's not going deep.
Also, I would like to tell, maybe not here, it was necessary to tell. But some years came, about 10 years, and businessmen understood that, they are funding something, but the results is, the number of results is the same. And they cut.
And I mean, the situation gets worse because now we must put a lot of money into defense.
Yeah.
Yes, having peace in Europe, so that a lot of money goes into this. And it's taken from education,
Yeah.
and higher education.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And the last one, diverse career options. While many doctor holders find alternative employment outside academia, this transition can be challenging, leading to identify a loss of difficulty adapting to non-research roles. You came to another field, you know. You should do something, and you should do good, you know, before because if you go to the business, they are looking for the results, yeah. Or you should know. It also will be in this some examples. Yeah, shifts in research careers and academic institutions. The coupling of teaching and research, I think this is what about you was talking. In many academic systems, the traditional model of the tenured academic combining teaching and research has been replaced by more specialized roles. Research positions are often temporary with few opportunities for career progression, especially outside elite research institutions. Elite research institutions, there is. What it is the institutions? Stratification of institutions. The rise of institutional stratification, where some universities receive a bulk of research funding, has created a competitive environment where only a small number of researchers achieve permanent positions or tenure. This increases competition and makes career advancement difficult for many. Rise of entrepreneurship institutions. Some academic institutions have adopted a more market-driven approach, requiring researchers to secure their own funding and manage projects. This increases the workload and stress on early career researchers as they often bear the responsibility of obtaining funding and managing research without job security also, because you know, if you it is not necessary, if you write the proposal, it is not necessary you will achieve it. Yes, you see. Thus the institution look 1, 2, 3 projects is reviewed, and you know, no results. Your contract is finished. On another way, you know, if these postdoctoral studies is, as I understand, is necessary to widen the approach, scientific approach, to go to something which is similar to what you would like to do, but which can give you another ideas, you know, in your research. You know, does this not fit to this, you know, how to say, to this framework? Yes, you go, you know, to somewhere, you write somewhere. It is not that you did not have possibility to have papers. You did not have possibility to study something. You are all time on this. But sometimes the institutions also is using those scientists for you know, for PhD, not scientists but master degree people. Invite them. They have the you know, the project, and on this project this person is writing the, you know, their thesis. Another thing, worsening of working conditions. Extended postdoctoral period. The postdoctoral phase intended as a short-term apprenticeship. It means they are working as not professionals. Has become longer and more arduous due to the tightening bottleneck between non-permanent and permanent positions. This leads to the prolonged job insecurity and limited career advancement. Job insecurity and stress. ECRs face significant stress due to job insecurity, long working hours, lack of recognition, and dependence on senior researchers. These factors contribute to a deterioration of mental and physical well-being. Lack of visibility and academic freedom. Many early career researchers face challenges in gaining visibility within the academic community, which is crucial for career advancement. Moreover, the pressures of funding acquisition and project management can constrain academic freedom, reducing researchers' ability to pursue long-term, curiosity-driven research. And cultural expectation and historical legacies. Traditional career paths, there remains a cultural expectation of a linear academic career where researchers move through defined stages. For example, doctor student, to assistant, professor, to full professor, etc. However, this model is increasingly misaligned with the current reality, where many doctorate holders are unable to secure permanent academic positions and are forced to find alternative careers. And those careers, comes from something, and they have no teaching, they are not taught in those, and they have a big problems with changing, going out from science. In conclusion, these factors create an environment where researchers face significant challenges in securing permanent positions, achieving career progression, and maintaining job satisfaction. The precarity of ECRs is shaped by a combination of financial constraints, increased competition, changing institutional structures, and evolving expectations with academic research. However, ECR's negative view of academic career opportunities does not cause a shortage of academic research, but quite possibly drives out some of the most capable researchers. Because I know such example from one of Russian scientists, young scientist. He was working in good institution. He was very talented, and he has the dream to solve one of the mathematical problems, which was announced as, for many years, for not thousands, but hundreds of years, that it is, it is not possible to solve it. It is very complicated. And he was sitting in the institution and working, but without without any papers. And they said, finish. Being in the institution, he came to his mother and lived with him. It is in St. Petersburg or in Leningrad. And he solved this problem. He solved this problem. Can you imagine? And the people from this society, mathematical society, they had this. They said before, many years before, that who will solve it? $2 million. But he have no time, no money to the city to pay, and he rejected. Said thank you. it's there. Thus, about scientists. The impact of changes on science entities as a physics as a case study. It is very interesting for me because I'm a physicist and I graduated from the Moscow State University as elementary particle physicist. After that, for family reasons, I returned to Vilnius and I, changed my field to another. But it is another subfield in physics. But I'm interested all the time in this, and if I will have time later, I will tell you that we have such not association but network, international network, European, where different institutions is included, and CERN is also here. But because it is international organization, it can be not our member, but he is supporting members or friend members. The topic will be based on the results of the 2022 European Committee, such as European Committee for Future Accelerators. It is about accelerators. Early Career Researchers Panel survey on career prospects and diversity. This document presents the outcomes of a comprehensive survey conducted among early career researchers in academic particle physics, including CERN. It is the big organizations where it is all things. The main reasons to choose this study on particle physics was the lack of comprehensive studies in other subfields of physics, as well as the fact that particle physics has all needed features to see the wide picture of situation, including high level of internationalization. Because it is internationalization means not only European Union, but many countries in the world. The survey gathered responses from 7,059 young researchers, early career researchers employed in 39 countries. Over 80 of participants were either PhD students, 33%, and post doctors, it is 50%. The gender of people responding to the survey was 63 male and 33 female participants, with 4% preferring not to specify. The survey aimed to gain insights into career prospects in ECRs while also delving into diversity and sociological aspects within particle physics research. It is very interesting that you know the situation is because in CERN, as you see, the female is in minority. And you know, it was common, very common point of view of those scientists that the social diversity and social aspects are important. I also compared with other studies which we have during this project, Voices, Women Voices, and you know, it is very interesting that this community, maybe because there are a lot of male or maybe female also, they are caring about the prospects of the, about the prospects, what it is, you know, what we will do in the future, what problems is in the future. It is rather creative point of view, you know. I think that it have some reasons. One of the reasons is that the older researchers is defining the ways where to go. Of course, they have more practice and experience and so on. It is very nice. But they also, the young people also would like to participate because it is things is coming not only about the money. It is coming also about the the future of the science. It is very interesting. What main ECR challenges in physics comes from this survey. The discussion was organized into several topic areas. Important that during the debates, the ECRs discussed future of colliders in terms of the physics prospects and other professional problems. What I said. From these areas, two common themes were particularly highlighted also by ECRs, sociological and human aspects. And general, what problems? ECRs feel that the attractiveness of physics is at risk and that dedicated actions need to be taken to safeguard its future. When continuing on the current path, the field will likely be unable to attract the brightest minds to physics. The same, what find those from previous, and you know, it is a very interesting thing because, you know, situation should be changed and these changes give some impact also on social points, social and political points. Yeah. Okay. Next. The European science strategy must therefore include sociological and sustainability aspects, in addition to technical ones in physics research. ECRs strongly recommend that future project evaluations and strategy updates include the social impact of their implementation. Very good. The possibility for healthy work life, the social life balance, and the reconciliation of family and a scientific career is must. It is of high priority that funding for non-permanent positions is converted to funding for permanent positions. It means favoring postdocs in exchange for more staff. ECRs have also expressed their willingness to actively participate in the planning of future research in particle physics to be included into decision-making bodies. And suggest to establish permanent ECR committee, and they yet established it. Because you know, some years ago I had participated in one of the meetings which was organized in CERN by CERN in this network I said of physicists. They organized this meeting, and you know, I saw firstly in my life when the people who is governing those institutions, you know, what participated here. It was CERN and European South Observatory, two things. You know, two big facilities, you know, very large. They was organized together, this meeting, and Fabiola was participating, and the director of this observatory. And you know, they were sitting all time, not coming about the first speech, you know, with welcome, not welcome, and they was listening what problems there are, you know, how to attract young people, because they said that it is the time when old people is retiring, going out from the science, and nobody knows what will be because it is lack of young people. Every of those 39 or more institutions, they should give you, you know, people to the experience, to develop there is common experience. Yeah, but that's such a thing. Yes. Yeah, they are included in this committee. Just now. If it is necessary, it is possible to do all things you would like. Yeah, I'm sorry. Then about careers. Regardless of the fact that most of the ECR working in particle physics are interested in a long-term career, they came here because they are interested in this science, they feel anxious associated with their career prospects. Only about 20% of them felt they would be given the necessary support in finding a non-academic job. Regarding working hours and conditions, there are mentioned that working overtime is a necessary ingredient to secure an academic career. Very interesting. ECR, rather than rated their levels of work-related stress, ECRs rather high rated their levels of work-related stress, and that they are experiencing work-induced stress burnout. It is not good. Also, discrimination at work due to gender, race, sexuality, and other factors. Almost 20% of particle physicists indicated the need for substantial improvement in this area. It is also, I see, a big problem because male counterparts are not interested in gender. They are talking during interviews. They are telling that it is for us it is not the problem. For us it is not the problem. But if there is for others problem, yeah, it is it is your problem. Yeah, and thus it is that thing I think because there is a women who are working in physics. They also, in some sense, firstly they do not have time, for other things. To think about this, it is by practice, can I tell you. And other thing is that they are not educated. It is because they are not educated in this. They do not know what does it mean. I remember I met my friend. She said, I'm dealing with gender equality, and asked what does it mean? What you are doing? About gender or something. No, and this is, and the next thing is they accept the point of man, because it is necessary to do this. You can work in the community where you are not included, you are not involved in this. Thus, if they think that they are very clever, yes, and they are less than, and they accept this. And for example, in Lithuania, it is a big problem because they are afraid to come to the meetings on gender equality at all. And we published the album book, the first in history of Lithuania, Women in Physics, And from the Faculty of Physics, some women they did not come. They was afraid that they will be assigned to the feministic something and so on, and they may lose their opportunities, Wow. That's it. Yeah. Regarding the time spent on job applications and doing your research, most of ECRs spend less than 20 of their time applying for jobs grant. 20. Mostly ECRs spend 40, 80 of their time on pure research only. Can you imagine? Balancing and academic career with family life. About 80% of ECRs working for CERN do not have children. The majority of them think that having children would negatively impact my academic career. More than half agreed with the statement that I feel at ease in expressing concerns about reconciliation of work and personal family life in the workplace. Mobility. A common experience for ECRs working in particle physics is the need to move other countries as a result of their work. Because the experiments is made, for example, in CERN, but the other job, the creation of detectors and so on, is in other places. Thus, if you are the specialist in this, some groups is doing this, you know, or many countries is doing the same, they should go. But is the need to move the countries as a result of their work. Majority of ECR agree that change of native country during career had a positive impact on career, but disagreed that it has had a positive impact on their personal family life. Working culture. Some physicists also mention unfavorable working culture typical for physics. With archaic unconditional dependence on the group leader, mobbing as well as discrimination by gender and other social categories. Yeah, and there are women voices from the field. The systemic changes in science exacerbated old and new forms of gender inequality in physics for ECRs career, especially women, and contribute to the specific systemic oppression and discrimination experienced by an individual. A study conducted by the European Network of Physicists Genera has revealed the most important problems faced by female physicists. They are mainly related to career precariousness, mobility, both for international collaboration and for forced mobility for a search of permanent positions. So mobility is must in a scientific career. But mobility should be here, you know. On the other hand, it is indicating excellence, you know. If you are only alone working, you don't have another ideas, you can change your point of view and so on and develop other things. The situation becomes particularly complex when both partners are physicists with the same subfield, career couples. In such cases, it is especially challenging for both partners to obtain permanent position and remain in the field of physics. And then I come to the women voices, and I'm approaching to the end. In a new model, the pipeline has, in this discussed model, has more potential holes. After the completion of each postdoc, there is a need to reconsider one's career, also to go through recruitment procedures for a new position. When there are so many points of re-entrance, this causes more risk of leaving science. The female respondents indicate the moment of family formation as impacting on their career path. For many of them, having children causes a slowdown in the career and results in several limitations, which include impossibility to be as mobile as before having children, limited time for work because of clear obligations or tiredness, and less visibility in scientific community. Less papers, less visibility, not coming to the conferences, it is bad. Women voices from the field. It is about the researchers claim that to expanding bureaucracy, it is, I think, very important also. Researchers claim that due to expanding bureaucracy in higher education system and research institutions financing research through grant systems and relatively new science objectives, popularization or science or explanation of the results, physicists as other professional scientists have to face proliferation of roles and new management accountability. It is also comes from business, because management usually do not understand what it is needed to do with the project field. It was my personal experience. I came at once in some of the sectors in central building where administrator is sitting, and look that they are sitting ladies. I asked them, what are you doing here? Oh, we are writing proposals, projects, you know. I said, oh, it is nice. Could you write me about what such and such problem? Oh, no, you know, we can't do this. You should write what it is about and all part, the main part, right? And what do you do? I asked. I mean, we will calculate you salaries. I said, no, you know, I know how to calculate salaries. No, it is not the problem for me. You know, but you know, they are sitting in those positions, and it is a lot.